Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak Up with Confidence, the podcast where we help you find your voice and express yourself clearly. I'm your host, Emma, and today's episode is all about something so many of us struggle with, speaking confidently in English, especially as beginners.
Hi, Emma. Hi, everyone. I'm Daniel, and I'm super excited for today's talk because I know how scary speaking a new language can be. I used to freeze every time someone asked me a question in English.
Oh, I've been there too. I remember my first English presentation at school, my hands were shaking like crazy.
Right? That fear of sounding silly or making mistakes stops so many learners from even trying. But we're here to say it's totally normal and you can overcome it.
So, Daniel, let's start with the big one, fear. Why do beginners feel so nervous when they speak?
Honestly, it's all about pressure. Many learners want to sound perfect, like a native speaker from day one. But speaking is a skill, not magic. It's okay to be imperfect.
Exactly. When we speak our native language, we don't think about every grammar rule. We just talk. But when learning English, people overthink.
Yes, and that thinking slows you down. My tip: shift your goal from speak perfectly to communicate clearly.
I love that. Communication first, perfection later. So, how can someone actually start overcoming that fear?
One simple trick is recording yourself. Talk about your day for 1 minute. Don't judge yourself, just record. Then listen, not to criticize, but to notice what you did right.
That's such good advice. When I used to train students, I'd tell them, the first goal is not to be fluent, it's to be brave.
I like that. And the more you speak, even if you make mistakes, the faster you'll improve.
Definitely. Mistakes are teachers in disguise. Okay, let's talk about practice. A lot of people say, I want to speak English, but they don't actually speak.
So true. They study grammar, read books, watch YouTube, but never open their mouth.
Right. You can't learn to swim by reading about swimming.
Exactly. You have to get in the water. So my first speaking habit tip: talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself? That sounds fun.
Yeah, people might think you're a little weird, but it works. For example, when you cook, describe what you're doing. I'm cutting the vegetables. Now I'm frying the onions. This smells so good. It helps you think in English and builds confidence.
I totally agree. I also tell learners to do a mirror talk. Look in the mirror and speak for 2 minutes every morning. Describe your day, your feelings, your plans.
Oh, I love that one. It's powerful because you see your expressions and body language too.
Yes, and you get used to hearing your voice in English. That's a big step for beginners.
Another habit: find a speaking buddy, someone who's also learning. You don't need a native speaker. You just need consistency.
So true. You can set small challenges. Let's talk for 5 minutes today about our weekend. Let's practice asking questions. And the key, no judging.
Right. It's a mistake-friendly zone.
I love that phrase. Let's talk about confidence, because that's what everyone wants. How do you build it?
Step by step. You don't wake up confident one day. You earn it through small wins.
What do you mean by small wins?
Like the first time you order coffee in English, or when you successfully ask for directions, or when you introduce yourself clearly. Each moment is proof that you can do it.
Yes, celebrate those moments.
Exactly. Beginners often ignore their progress. They think, I still can't speak fluently. But look, last month you couldn't say anything, and now you can introduce yourself. That's progress.
100%. I also suggest keeping a speaking journal.
Ooh, interesting. What's that?
Every day, write down what you spoke today. For example, I talked to a friend in English for 2 minutes. I practiced introducing myself. When you read back after 2 weeks, you'll realize how much you've improved.
That's awesome. It reminds you that you're not stuck, you're growing.
Exactly. And one more mindset tip. Stop comparing yourself to others.
Oh, yes, that's a big trap. Everyone has a different pace, background, and confidence level.
You're only competing with your past self.
Well said, Emma.
Thank you. So, before we move into pronunciation and vocabulary in the next segment, let's summarize. 1. Don't aim for perfection, aim to communicate. 2. Record yourself and notice progress. 3. Practice daily. Talk to yourself, mirror talk, find a buddy. 4. Celebrate small wins. 5. Stop comparing and start growing.
That's a great foundation for any beginner.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about pronunciation, vocabulary, and how to make your English sound natural. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Speak Up with Confidence. I'm Emma, and we're here again with Daniel, our favorite speaking coach.
Thanks, Emma. Glad to be back. And hello again, listeners.
Before the break, we talked about fear and building daily speaking habits. Now, let's dive into one of the most exciting and sometimes frustrating parts of speaking, pronunciation. So, Daniel, a lot of learners say, I want to speak like a native speaker. What's your take on that?
Honestly, you don't need to. What really matters is clarity. If people can understand you easily, that's success.
I couldn't agree more. You can have an accent and still be clear and confident.
Exactly. Everyone has an accent, even native speakers. Americans, Australians, British people all sound different.
Right. So for beginners, the goal should be pronunciation that helps others understand you.
Yes, and that starts with listening carefully. I always tell students, good speaking starts with good listening.
That's powerful. Can you give us a simple exercise for improving pronunciation?
Sure. Let's call it the listen, repeat, record method. 1. Listen to short audio, maybe one sentence from a movie or podcast. 2. Repeat it immediately, trying to copy the rhythm and tone. 3. Record yourself and compare with the original.
Oh, that's a great one. It trains your ear and your mouth.
Exactly. And it's fun. You can do it with your favorite movie scenes or songs.
I used to do that with movie quotes. Like, I'd pause and repeat, "May the force be with you."
That's perfect. You can also focus on intonation, the rise and fall of your voice. English is like music. It's not flat.
True. For example, when we ask a question, our tone goes up. Are you ready?
Right. And when we make a statement, it goes down. I'm ready.
So even if your words aren't perfect, intonation makes you sound more natural.
Exactly. Another tip, exaggerate when you practice. Stretch your mouth, use your face muscles. It feels funny, but it helps your pronunciation become clearer.
I always tell my students, look silly now, sound amazing later.
That's a good slogan.
Now let's talk about another key part, vocabulary. Many beginners say, I don't know enough words to speak.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. But here's the secret. You don't need many words. You just need the right ones.
That's true. Sometimes we focus too much on big words and forget that everyday English is simple.
Exactly. Most conversations use the same 1,000 to 2,000 words.
So what's your tip for growing vocabulary for speaking?
My number one tip is use it immediately. When you learn a new word, don't just write it down, say it in a sentence.
Yes, like if you learn the word excited, say, I'm excited to learn English today.
Perfect. Also, learn word families. For example, if you learn happy, also learn happily, happiness, unhappy. That gives you flexibility.
I like that. It's like building a family tree of words.
Exactly. And use topic-based learning. Choose one topic each week, like food, travel, or emotions, and collect 10 to 15 useful words.
That's great for beginners because it makes learning focused and relevant.
And another fun method: describe pictures. Open Pinterest, pick a photo, and describe it in English. She's wearing a blue dress, he looks happy, they are eating together.
That's a great one. It trains your brain to think in English.
Yes, and if you want to sound natural, learn phrases, not just single words.
You mean like chunk learning?
Exactly. For example, instead of memorizing how, are, and you, learn the whole phrase. How are you? It flows naturally.
I love that. Speak in phrases, not grammar rules.
That's the secret to fluency.
Now, a lot of learners worry about their accent. They think, my accent is bad. What do you say to that?
I say your accent is your identity. You don't need to erase it, just make sure it's clear.
That's beautiful. I love that idea. Keep your accent, just polish your clarity.
Exactly. If your sound is clear and confident, people will enjoy listening.
So what can beginners do to train their accent rhythm?
One easy exercise: shadowing. Listen to a short English audio, maybe one sentence, and speak along at the same time as the speaker.
That's challenging but effective.
Yes, it teaches rhythm, speed, and flow, and you can do it with short YouTube clips or news audio.
Do you think reading aloud helps too?
Oh, yes. Reading aloud is fantastic. Choose something short every day. Don't worry about mistakes. Just focus on flow and pronunciation.
That's great. And maybe record yourself once a week to see progress.
Definitely. When you listen back, you'll be surprised by how much clearer you sound after just a few weeks.
I love how all these tips connect: listening, recording, repeating, and celebrating progress.
Exactly. Speaking is like building a house. You add one brick every day.
Oh, that's a great image.
And before you know it, you've built a home where your English lives comfortably.
Beautifully said, Daniel.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, we'll dive into our final part: real-life speaking tips, how to correct yourself gently, and how to stay motivated long-term. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. You're still listening to Speak Up with Confidence. I'm Emma, here again with Daniel, and wow, we've already covered so much today.
Yeah, we've talked about fear, habits, pronunciation, vocabulary. Now it's time for the fun part: actually using all that in real conversations.
Exactly, because practice without real use is like cooking without eating.
I love that. So let's help our listeners get from studying to speaking in the real world.
So, Daniel, what's the first step for beginners who want to start real conversations?
Start small. You don't need a 1-hour debate. Try short exchanges. Say hi to your neighbor. Ask a shop assistant, "How's your day?" Those tiny moments matter.
Yes, even a 10-second chat counts as practice. I used to tell my students, every sentence you say in English is a victory.
That's true. And remember, the goal is connection, not perfection.
Right. What about online?
Great point. There are tons of language exchange apps where you can talk for free. I suggest doing voice messages first. It's less pressure than live calls.
That's smart. You can think before speaking, then send.
Exactly. Then slowly move to short calls, maybe 5 minutes with someone friendly.
You can even set themes like, today we'll talk about food, so you're prepared.
Preparation builds confidence. And if you get stuck mid-sentence, just smile and say, "Sorry, how do you say this?" It's completely fine.
Yes, even native speakers forget words sometimes.
I forget words in my own language.
Same here. So, listeners, don't freeze, just keep the conversation flowing.
Here's a quick exercise for everyone listening. When someone asks you a question, expand your answer. For example, A, how are you? B, I'm good. That's fine, but short. B, I'm good. I just finished watching a great movie. Better, it keeps the conversation alive.
Yes, add a little detail, a reason, or a feeling. That's how small talk turns into real talk. Now, let's talk about mistakes. Everyone makes them, but how can we correct ourselves without losing confidence?
Great question. The secret is notice, don't punish.
Ooh, that's deep.
When you hear yourself make a mistake, just repeat the correct version later. Example, she go to school. Oh, she goes to school. Simple correction, no stress.
I like that. You fix it gently and move on.
Exactly. Also, after a conversation, write down 2 or 3 things you did well and 1 thing to improve. That's enough.
That's realistic, not overwhelming.
Yes, and listen back to your recordings once a week to spot progress, not errors.
That's so important. Progress focus keeps motivation alive. Here's another technique called echo and upgrade. 1. When someone says something, repeat part of it. That's the echo. Then add something new. That's the upgrade. Example. A. I love coffee. B. You love coffee. Me too, especially iced latte.
Nice! It shows you're listening and adds to the chat naturally.
So we're almost at the end. Let's talk about long-term motivation, because fluency takes time.
Definitely. I tell my students, fluency is a journey, not a finish line.
I love that. Some days you'll feel great, some days stuck, but that's okay.
Exactly. On tough days, remind yourself why you started. Maybe to travel, study, or connect with people.
And celebrate progress often, maybe with a reward, like watching your favorite movie without subtitles or recording a vlog in English.
Yes, fun keeps learning alive. And one more tip, build an English environment.
You mean like watching, listening, reading everything in English?
Exactly. Change your phone language, follow English pages, listen to songs, podcasts, make English part of daily life.
That's how you stop studying and start living in English.
That's how you stop studying and start living in English.
Daniel, before we finish, one final message for our listeners.
Sure. Don't wait for perfect English. Start speaking now, mistakes and all. Every word you speak builds your confidence.
I love that. My message, be kind to yourself. The fact that you're learning and trying is already success.
Well said, Emma.
Thank you, Daniel. And thank you, everyone, for spending these 90 minutes with us. Remember, speak bravely, learn daily, and enjoy the journey.
See you next time, and keep speaking up.